your boy JV.
It's your boy Markie, and this is Life at 30.
Damn, bro, you can't wait?
Nah, I can't wait, man. I'm excited.
I know you excited,
You see the
bro.
smile on my face?
I sees it.
We
I
back,
sees
baby. Let's get it. So 5.
Cinco?
Cinco. You
Talk
already
to
know,
him, bro.
yeah.
It's episode Cinco. Yo, I'm sorry, guys. We've been a little busy.
What you sorry for?
Come on, bro. We haven't posted a video in a minute.
I mean,
we slacking.
Slack?
We got fans.
It's the anticipation we built.
Come
right
on,
here. We
bro.
built anticipation.
Bro, it's been like 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks, bro.
That's not bad, though.
That's a long time.
Because, you know, sometimes power make you wait.
No, wow.
Just,
we're not even at the season finale.
Oh.
Come on, bro. You slack. Come on, bro. Yo, anyway, y'all, we apologize. You know, we've been a little busy, our work life and personal life.
That's a fact.
But we back.
We back.
We here for y'all.
Lit.
And we gonna keep posting these videos and
fact.
doing what we doing.
That's a
feel
fact.
me?
That's
Like, wow. That's cool. You know what? I'm a man, so I'll take
accountability.
I'll
baby.
take this. But he, you know, young man over here, he's still learning.
Nah, don't do that.
Still learning.
Don't do that.
Still
That's
learning.
Nice way to flip it.
At 30, exactly. Anyway,
what up, y'all?
We gonna talk today about being a man, bro.
Ooh. That's why you. Oh, that's why you. Oh, he think he's slick. He think he's slick.
Anyway,
yeah.
What do you think it takes?
Oh, wait. Before you get into that, I'm sorry to cut your wisdom, brother. I'm sorry to cut your wisdom, brother.
He's stopping me.
Yo, we appreciate y'all for riding with us this long.
Big facts.
This is episode 5.
Cinco.
Feel me?
Cinco.
Like the likes, the subscribes, the views.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Somebody doing something right on the other end of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, somebody doing something right.
There's nobody on the other end.
You don't think so? Somebody watching me watch you watch us.
They watching, but are they watching? You feel me? Like, you can watch, but you not really.
I mean, I've been seeing the comments. I mean that they have me watching.
Some be watching. No disrespect, some be watching.
I'm just saying, like, you know, don't violate the.
Come on.
The people that's actually watching, don't do that to them.
You didn't just hear me apologize?
Alright, he apologized. So, thank y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all. Yo, you've been riding with us from episode 1. Feel me? You feel me? Like, don't be selfish with the love. Get the other people to come in and watch. You feel me? Subscribe. New viewers.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, if this is your first time rocking with us on episode 5, it's lit. Go watch 1. 1 was fire. 2 even better. 3 we went up. 4. Come on, man. We talked about how we first met. That's cool. That's we brought y'all back. You feel me?
Took back in the days when I was younger, not a kid
anymore.
Days.
Not a kid again. Yeah, but yeah. And then 5 is you already see how the energy is right now. So if you like this, you're gonna love. You feel me? Everything before and everything that's gonna come after.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's get it. I'm my fault. Play.
Oh wow. Yo, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy.
I thought that was smooth. Cause you seen it.
Cause I wasn't gonna talk about that at first.
No, but I'm saying play because you.
Nah, I didn't wanna go back to that question.
Oh, you gonna
do
something?
I actually wanted to. You know how black people always kind of like no.
Yo, anytime you start saying with black people, I got it.
Bro, I'm black, so I can say this.
I know you could. You definitely could.
You see how like we both knew like we about to say this and then you don't actually know the full words. That's not weird.
Cause I was hoping that you.
I didn't. Nah, I was hoping
you was leading though. That's why. I knew that.
I thought it was gonna be like a half and half. Like I sung in the beginning, and then you would go kill it at the end. You feel me? Come on, bro.
I respect it.
Yeah, you slacked up though. You slacked up.
I take that.
We got to learn some new songs then. Clearly, because
you gotta prepare me for that.
Yeah. That's
a fact. So you
now I'll play. Ooh, I took the remote back.
Respect.
You feel me? What do you think it takes to be a man?
Ooh, what do I think it takes?
Like what qualifies you to say I'm a man?
We not, and this is so we can get this correct. We not talking about like
if you're a man or female.
Born man, yeah. We talking about like, all right, yeah.
Like what stripes you earn in order to say I'm a man?
Ooh. I can give you 3 off the tip.
Go ahead. Hit me.
Leadership.
Okay.
Self-awareness.
Okay.
Damn, I'm about to go crazy. I don't know if I can go 3 now. I don't know if I can go 3.
You said you had 3.
Leadership. Self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Standing on your word. Your word is your bond.
Word is your bond.
That's a fact.
I agree.
You gotta be able to do that.
I respect that. Those are some good things.
Yeah.
Some good things.
I thought you wanted me to keep running it up.
Oh, you gonna keep going?
Nah, because I don't want to say it all, and then I need to.
Oh no, I got something else completely.
Oh, for real?
So go ahead. Let me hit it.
Accountability.
Okay, talk to him.
Stability.
Okay.
Talk nasty.
This man getting money.
It's
money.
You feel me? Let me see. That's 5 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, we can go. Building your kingdom and taking care of your kingdom. I feel like, knowing how to check your pride and your ego. Taking counts of not being the smartest man in the room. You feel me? Always learning. True. Knowing how to teach.
Okay.
You feel me? Yeah, I got some little songs. A couple stripes on my shoulder.
Look at the young man. You feel me?
Come on, you got
a heater, bro.
I respect the young.
We're established. We're established.
Now we gonna let them establish.
They come on.
We here. Let's roll. What you got?
They see the facial hair.
What?
Oh,
is he crazy?
Nobody care about that little peach fuzz.
Come on, I'm even back here. You can see it. Come on,
when he go to sleep, I'm gonna shave that little shit off.
I'm gonna shave yours and see what happens.
It's gonna take you longer.
It's alright. You might wake up halfway patchy.
I'm gonna just go boop.
No, that's wild.
It's all off. It's over.
Watch how fast it grows back.
Alright,
we see who goes back faster.
Mine.
Whatever. So what you got for the people today, man?
Like for me,
you going qualities, right?
We can go qualities.
I
think for me, for qualities, responsibility.
Ooh.
How well you take whatever responsibility, whether it's a child, whether it's your relationship.
Right.
Definitely. I would say the way you observe others.
Okay.
Because I feel like, if you don't watch other people or get to learn how just kind of like almost similar to what you said, like always have to be learning, but like when you watch people, you learn a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
So like I would definitely say like kind of people watching.
Come on, give it to me. I know you got it, though. Ain't no wrong answers right here.
He knows I got something.
Because we about to, you feel me? We about to go up from here.
Loyalty.
Ooh, loyalty. Loyalty's a big one.
That's sure.
Nice.
You feel me? Like, not every man could say they loyal.
That's a fact.
Not every man is.
Do you have to be a man to be loyal?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't necessarily have to be a man. You could be a young man. You could be a female. It doesn't matter who you are.
Okay.
That just seems.
Ooh, that's a nice little.
I would say.
I like that.
And I'm gonna end with one more. I would say knowing how to love.
Ooh.
Because there's so many different ways. Ooh. Especially like whether it's who you're loving and what you're loving. So like my children, you love them unconditionally.
Definitely.
You have no bounds for that love.
That's your extension of you.
Of course.
Definitely.
And then your significant other, you love them as if you love yourself, but there's some conditions to it. But like, so I think learning how to love.
I like to say this though. Well, I don't have any kids right now. Or yet, right?
Okay.
But I like to
think into existence.
Definitely. But I think of it like this. Your kids are an extension of you. Your significant other is a reflection of you. Come on, I can go there.
Okay,
I can do that. But yeah, like that's how I feel. So I'm gonna ask you this real quick. Wait, hold on. Before I do that, I feel like I left something out, and this is where it's gonna transition. Whereas emotions, because I know you said love.
Yeah,
but I feel like emotions in general, like knowing when something's bothering you, knowing how to read that, knowing how to explain it, express it to people because there's people that I don't think somebody can make you feel a way, but I feel like there's things that can happen that in a situation that can result in you feeling a certain way.
Yeah.
And I think that it's important that as a man or as a person in general, but as a man, since that's what we're speaking about, that you know how to express that. So I was going to ask you how, because growing up as a young man, other men teach you that you need to suppress your feelings or don't speak about them.
Correct.
So how do you feel how did you feel growing up? Because sometimes you hear you get compared to a female when you feel. So it's like you walk around. I know I did. I walked around nonchalant all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't want nobody to know how I feel about certain things. If I'm happy, I'm stone faced. If I'm sad, I'm stone faced. I gotta cry by myself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So at what period in time did you realize that you were capable of feeling and knew that you should express these feelings?
I'll probably say 19.
Okay. That's early.
19, 20. That was my stages.
Okay.
I fell in love, pulled my heart out, and I felt like, this is when you need to express that.
That's
and that's
scary.
why I feel like you gotta be vulnerable. So that's also one of the things. Like being vulnerable is definitely a big one. Why? Because not a lot of men are going to be vulnerable.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's tough.
You can't really open up and
because they're gonna say you a bitch.
Oh yeah, or they're gonna say you soft. They're gonna say you're not a real man. Yeah. And it's just like, ooh, what?
That real man.
I can't express my feelings without being called something other than a man. Like that's crazy. But for me, I feel like that's when I started transitioning, where I'm able to speak about my feelings and kind of like get through it rather than holding it in and suppressing all those feelings and then feeling anger or sorrow or having one of those. I know most men might or might not know, but one of those days where you just want to cry.
That's a fact. That's a fact, and it'd be so deeply rooted in you that you can't feel. It's like your mother tell you that you shouldn't it's never you shouldn't have emotions. Yeah, it's always coming through different ways. Like, don't cry, or it's gonna get better, and it's like, damn, but it's not better right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right now it hurts.
Yeah, true.
So it's like, how do I deal with the hurt right now? And it's like they try to tell you to pack it up and just keep it pushing. And
I think that's one of the worst advices that people probably give. It's like, oh,
definitely
get inside, because you're just gonna make it worse for yourself later on down the road. You're gonna have a hard time expressing or loving and showing emotion, and people are not gonna be drawn to you. Why? Because you don't know how to open up.
Right, exactly. Yo, you hit the nail on the head with the hammer. For real. Because when you get into relationships with girls and they always say, oh, you so closed off, oh, you so guarded. But it's like, if I do open up to you, can you handle it?
Yeah. Can
you really handle it? And I think you need a healthy balance as a man, of transitioning into those stages of being a man. You need a healthy balance of knowing when to say, and knowing how to say it, and then knowing when to kind of like keep it in and figure out your own way to get through it. Yeah, because I feel like in a relationship, if you pour too much into a female, not a female, a woman, you pour too much into a woman, I feel like psychologically they start to feel like, and I don't know, but that's just my guess, that they feel as though that you can't handle problems because you're constantly expressing.
But I feel like that's one thing like a lot of people might miscommunicate or misunderstand. Because I'm telling you about it, may not necessarily be me complaining about it. It might just be me venting. Yeah. And sometimes people just need a vent.
Nah, venting and complaining is definitely different.
Yeah, definitely different. Like, if I'm like, oh man, I hate going to my job, like that might sound like complaining. But if I'm like, damn, this job is hard, I might just be venting about my job and the cycle and the day and stuff like that. Right. And I feel like that's where people misunderstand when a man is now expressing those feelings.
Right.
It might not be trying to overwhelm you with all of these emotions and problems or situations that's going on. It's more or less him trying to just get rid of it.
Nice. Yes, definitely. And I think with emotions, I think that starting at an early age, I think that you should try to deal with them. I think parents and whoever is the older role models should definitely encourage young kids, not even just only men, but young men, but women too, to express themselves, learn how to express themselves, because that takes root and it becomes problems later in the future. And it's like, as an adult, I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with my problems, so like, you know, I might lash out at people because I don't know how to deal with my anger. But yeah, so my next question would be, or not really a question, but just like topic, would be, how important is it to, you can speak to this because you're a father. So how important is it to have the father figure inside the home?
I feel like it's very important, because a lot of times, like, that father figure will be the structure. And don't get me wrong, like, my mom did a great job with me, like, having that structure.
Shout out to moms,
yeah,
definitely.
Of course. And I know there's some single moms out there that don't necessarily need a man. Not
saying
that you
don't say that.
I'm not saying that you need. I'm not saying that you need.
No, you need a man.
No, I'm not saying that, because like some people don't necessarily feel like they need anybody. And you know, if that's how you feel, but that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Okay.
But having that other person, your significant other, or a man in your life, an actual man, not just someone that's kind of playing,
walking around,
correct?
Yeah, holding a thing, thinking because
exactly because they got this
I can
damn man.
reproduce. I'm a man.
Yeah.
It's a lot more to come with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like someone that's actually there to help you to raise the children, to give guidance, teach, learn new things as you go away. Like those are things that's needed within that construct of that home. And if you don't have that, then sometimes you end up like, okay, great example.
Let's get it.
This might hit home.
It might
hit home for you.
Let's get it.
All right. So great example, right? So you grew up in a home that was broken.
Yep.
Right? Do you think you would have still been the exact same way you was if your dad stayed in the home and did everything that?
Nope.
Why?
I can already tell that it was different.
Okay.
See, I was fortunate, and I don't know about you or other people, but I was fortunate to have my father for 9 years of my life. So I went through the better half of elementary school. I think I had 2 years left.
Okay.
So I went through elementary school with my pops in the home. And my mother worked. My father didn't. He did. I'm lying. He did, but he didn't work like 9 to 5 work. My pops is a hustler. For me, like, so he used to go get scrap and do stuff like go to take it to the junkyard, or he'd get like a construction job for a couple weeks or whatever, months or whatever. But he never really had like a traditional 9 to 5.
Okay.
And in those times, he took me with him. Like he was able to take, cause we have a babysitter. So he took me with him, and I learned how to hustle. Even though like I probably couldn't do things physically. Mentally it was there.
Because you watching.
Right. So he taught me different, like the copper and the difference between the copper and the metal and those other, like, you feel me? So it's like, okay, cool. And how much money you can get from the this and that. So I knew all these things. I would go home. I could use a magnet, know what's what. You feel me? Like, and I would go home and I would show my mom these things, and she'd be like, "Yo, you 5, 6 years old? How you know how to do this?" And I'm with my pops all day. You feel me? Like and that's the thing. Like, it's important for a father to be in the home because it's pride.
It is.
You feel me? Like if the father or a male figure is supposed to take pride in bringing up the next generation.
For sure.
Feel me? So, so my father wasn't like. It was proud moments for him to see that I retained this information, just like with school, like just me as a person, like my name. You feel me? Like always let me know, like, yo, make sure you put your first and your last name on this paper, because it could be a zillion Marcuses, but it narrows it down Marcus Sanders. You feel me? So, he told me that, and it was like, be proud of your name, be proud of who you are. You feel me? Because one day you're gonna have a wife, and she's gonna take your last name. And these are things, and that's so funny. Like these are things that he taught me at an early age. You feel me? Like I told you, he was 9 when he left. Yeah. When I was 9 when he left. So yeah, I think it's very important. I think I would be a totally different person now. Like there are a lot of things that he could have taught me. A lot of things he could have projected upon me, my mental, my physical. I wouldn't like. It's a lot. It's a lot when you see the male figure, or because me and my pops was close when I was, you feel me, like when I was young. So it's when you see that person leave, like even if, because my mom took us away from my father because of situations that he was going through, and she had to bring us to a better and safer place. So, but I couldn't see it that way as a kid. Yeah. So I looked at it as like, yo, my dad is, you feel me? My dad's gone. Like my mom left my dad. Why would you do that? So it took parts of me, like it started to make me feel like I don't care about certain things like school because I didn't have the reinforcement. Like I said, my mom worked 2 jobs. You feel me? Growing up. Yeah. So she wasn't, not saying that she wasn't there, but she wasn't there as much as I needed her to be. As much as my pops was there. You feel me? So yeah, like I think I'll definitely be a different person. Like I enjoyed being smart. I enjoyed being on the honor roll. You feel me? And I think those things would transition into, like sports that I played. My father would have been there. You feel me? Like, but that's that. But I definitely think I would be a different person.
I think I definitely agree as well. I don't know if necessarily my situation would have worked out the exact same way. I think could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. I think like you would have been the worst.
Yeah. I don't think.
Wait, why?
Cause like, alright, so my pops, he was young. Both my parents are relatively young, and he was still living that young life, young, fast.
Like how old young? Just to get perspective.
So when my parents had me, they were 15.
Get what? For real?
15.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So relatively young. So
young kids.
For sure. Kids. For sure. So it's like my mom definitely stepped up to the plate 100%. But my dad was kind of still doing young, dumb things.
Definitely, yeah.
So I feel like if he was there, and he can contest to this, and he's also said this to me when we kind of finally got to re-meet when I was like 15.
Wow.
We had a conversation, and he basically told me, I like who you became. I'm glad that I wasn't there. And the reason why he said that is because he felt like he would have messed my life up even more. And that's just because of who he was, and he know who he was.
Yeah.
And I think at that point I felt like that's when I seen him as a man, though. To acknowledge your flaws and the bad influence you could have had versus just not being there and understanding that it's probably better that way. Yeah. Like, sure, it don't look that way. It looks fucking terrible. Yeah. But
definitely,
it looks super terrible. But understanding that, you know what, I'm going to ruin this child's life by me being in it. So let me take myself out of it and kind of continue doing whatever I'm doing at this point.
Okay. So with your father not being in the home, and who did you look at as a role model, as like a male figure?
I had uncles. Not all of them were great father figure or role models.
Right.
But then I also had like my brother's dads. They were pretty good. One brother, his dad, he taught me how to paint. He taught me how to clean, like sneakers, this, that, and that's my infatuation with shoes.
Okay.
The other one kind of like showed me things in the kitchen. Then that's where like my cooking skills became like pretty owned and honed and stuff like that. Yeah,
my boy make the mac and cheese with the shrimp in it. I'm just saying, we gotta
chill, bro. But yeah, so like those are like 2 men that definitely helped me like see what it is that I needed to do and kind of like guide me through.
That's what's up.
Like, yeah, like
that's what's up. I was gonna say, it's hard. It's hard being a young man and being the household, not the head of the household, but the man of the house. At an early age, and then accepting like a step parent or like you said, your brother's fathers, and actually giving them a time of day to sit there and like willingly teach you things.
I think I'm very easygoing. I think I'm very approachable to a certain extent, even though I might look very aggressive.
You got that black man face.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's the
it's the stay away face.
But approach lightly. Cautious.
But I feel like even with that face, like I could be walking in the street and somebody might approach me. I've been walking in stores and people. I was on a plane actually when me and you we was going. Actually, I was meeting y'all in Cali.
Okay.
I was sitting on the plane. Yeah, I was sitting on the plane, and this lady was like, "Want some Cheez-Its?" Like started offering me wild stuff, and I was just like, "Yeah," she was like, and I was just like, I was like, "Nah."
So ain't no black person offering you no Cheez-Its.
I was like, I'm good, appreciate it though, but like it was just like, even with me looking so mean or aggressive, like I'm still pretty approachable for the most part. She
probably wanted you to smile.
Maybe.
Cause you be having that, like you lost, upset.
Sometimes I just be in my own head.
Yeah, I know. That's a fact though, cause yeah.
But yeah, I think with me being so opening and welcoming, it just made everything a little more easier. Cause it's no need. Like I never understood. Like sure, like as a young man, you know, you feel like you're the man of the house. You're there to protect your mom, your brothers, or your sisters, whatever. Right. Not necessarily someone else coming in and kind of like overseeing what you're doing is gonna be a bad thing. Why? Because you still need guidance yourself. You're still young. You still don't know what it is to be a man. You still don't know what it takes to protect and provide for a family.
Right. Yeah.
This is where you can learn. So for like young people that are rebellious against having a step parent, I would definitely say kind of like, to a certain extent, have open arms to the suggestion of having that step parent. Why? Because you never know what kind of effect it can have on you and also teach you within your life. So
that's a fact. Cause I know me, I was ready to shake. Like, bro, you in my crib, I'm not with it. Like you once I hear my mom say anything, I'm on you. It's lit. Like that's a fact. We never really thumped, but it got to the point where I ain't saying my stepfather because he's never definitely my stepfather. But shout out my boy. You know, but you're right though. I mean, in a sense, he was right. You was right. You were right. It was tough at first because it's still territory.
Oh, yeah,
I think
for sure.
guys are I think people in general are just very territorial.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with jealousy. It's just everything to do with this is my space.
It's almost like what primates, any type of animals, like they're very territorial as well. Like,
lion,
if you got a space, that's your space.
That's my space. I pee. My smell is here. You feel me? Everything. My energy's here. Like
for sure.
And having somebody else's energy and habits infiltrate yours.
It's like,
it's tough.
I don't know, my boy.
Right.
You might have to go over there.
Right. Yeah. You might have to just visit. But yeah, I think that that's definitely some good advice though, because you just never really know. Like certain people fit in different situations just because it didn't work out with his original plan. You know, it could be blessing in disguise for you.
Very much so.
Word.
And like you still have your father. Like,
right. Yeah.
Your father is still your father. Like
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like that's one of the biggest things, and like some people kind of like. And I know, like, from a father standpoint, like me personally, I would go crazy if I hear my daughters call another man dad. I'm sorry to say, I would just.
That's like no disrespect. That's like another man sleeping with your shoulder, like your girl, like your wife.
Like we sharing this.
Yeah, like what?
Nah, yeah. Like I could, like, and I get it. You know, it's out of respect and it's out of like what he's doing and providing for that family as a whole, with my daughter included. But I don't think. No.
But wouldn't that be something that you're doing wrong though?
I guess.
Because I don't think that she's just gonna randomly call no other man daddy.
No, I'm saying like, let's say like for instance, right? Okay.
God forbid.
No, let's just say for instance,
okay.
right? So you have a dad, you have a mom. They was once together, right? Mm-hmm. Then they have a child, right?
Right.
And for some reason, mom and dad split up. Mm-hmm. Now she has another man, mm-hmm. and just so happened, you know, he's there majority of the time. Why? Because it's not like you're gonna get to spend every waking moment with your child now. Right. So at some point now, this man is doing certain things with your child.
Fatherly.
And that fatherly role. Mm-hmm. So when he's doing that, like she sees him as a dad. It might not be her father, but it's a dad figure.
Yeah.
And that's where it would just be like,
yeah, cringe.
Yeah, I think my boy, my blood boy, I would go a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I bet.
I can't imagine.
I bet. I think that's, like I said, it's important to have the father in the crib. It's important to have, and if the father's not there, it's important to have role models. Like,
for sure,
definitely.
Like you don't necessarily have to go out and go find another man because maybe it's too early or whatever the case is. But definitely people around you. Like they always say, it takes a village to raise a child.
And I really didn't think that was true until I started to get older.
Yeah, very much true. Why? Because everybody plays a certain role to that child.
Yes, that's a fact. From the neighbors to the school to the
it all.
The dude up the block at the store. That's serious. Yeah. Everybody. I think a child performs better once they know that there's the people around them that care. Correct. And it's a certain type of care that they're given. And whether it's the dude on the block that made nothing out of his life, but he's still watching over this kid because he's like, you got something in you, and you got a chance to do something I couldn't.
Correct.
That I didn't do.
Correct.
You feel me? So yeah, I think it definitely, you know, mind who you got around your children.
Yeah, for sure.
Like make sure, like, you know, like, and it's not always. Yeah, like you said, take a village. It's not always like. Let me ask you this question. Mm-hmm. Because I hear this a lot, and I don't know what the motherly senses is on this right here, but me and you both were raised by mothers.
Correct.
Right? Single parent homes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Sir? Yeah, I'm about to say what? But just my voice crazy. So we both were raised by our mothers. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that a woman or a mother can raise a man to be a man? I mean, it's very controversial, and I don't want people, like, whatever we say here in this situation, I don't want it to, like, people jump down.
But at the end of the day, it's our own opinion.
Yeah, don't jump down our throats for what we may say or what we didn't say. But if we say something wrong, I do believe that you can check us, like, let us know, like, hey, and tell us, like, what it is that you feel about this question, because I think that this is something that has been, I've heard a lot coming up, and I'm like, I'm on the fence, but I'm like, because my mom raised me.
Correct.
But because she raised me, does that mean I know that she raised me to be a man or know how to be a man?
I'm gonna say, she can raise you to a certain point, but I don't think she can raise you to be a man.
I feel that.
And the reason why I say that is because, like, even though, you know, your mom raised you, you still had uncles, brothers, and teachers, cousins, like, different people that showed you how to be a man. Okay. Or what they was doing or how they was going about their general life. So I feel like your mom can raise you to a certain point, but then when it gets to how to be a man, because they're not necessarily a man.
Yeah.
They're women, they're females that they know how to do and be what they are. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, no, they can't teach you how to be a man, but they can teach you about life. They can teach you about how to go about doing things, but not necessarily how to be a man. Like, actually, great. That question is great, actually. I actually had a conversation with my mom not too long ago. We was talking about...
Talk about it.
We was talking about, like, basically, like, what it's like to be a man. And kind of like the situations that we go through within life.
Okay.
And I was just like, yo, man, like, you know, like, it's a little different. Like, when you're a man, like, you don't have certain, like the system is not made for you. Like, for females are more, like, it's, everything is almost given to them to a certain extent. Like, let's say, if I want to fight for custody for my child, it's a little harder for me than it is for the female. Like, I've heard stories where women were crack addicts or on drugs and still get the child before the dad. So it's like certain things like that. It's just like,
you gotta be like totally like not in the picture. You gotta tell the judge 40 times, I do not want the kids. Let's do him. Like and they gonna go, are you sure? 39 times.
But like when you hear stories like that, it's just like, wow. Or then like how fast it is for a female to like kind of press charges on a man, and how serious they'll take it versus if it was the other way around.
Yeah.
It might be
beat me up. Like, you can like, see the bruise.
But the thing is, right, then and I feel like this is where it's like a double-edged sword, because it's like you get beat up, now you look weak, you look soft. But if you hit her, now you still weak and you soft.
You still soft.
And it's like, how do I win? And like when I hear stories like that, or when I'm looking at things like that, I'm just like, yo, like, for men, it's hard. It is super hard. And women have majority of the control. And it's not to say, like, all women abuse this power or whatever it is. But this world is not really made for men. Like, to a certain point, the system is not made for men. Whether it's the jail system, whether it's the government system. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are some men in power that, like, they're able to do whatever it is, and but those are like a very small, like, it's probably like 2% out of men that have that power, and the rest of them is just taking L's all day.
I think that's very important, and it's definitely true. Like, I seen it happen a bunch of times.
That's why I'm like,
even down to the point where, like, if you're trying to get, like, a woman is trying to get housing assistance or something, they will get it really, really fast. But a guy, it's like they tell you to, I don't know if they got some underhanded deal. They be like, yo, just leave him, and we got a nice crib for you. Just he can't be there. Leave him. Yeah, just tell him, like, right?
I see you over there.
Right, like, I'll show you, like, this friend, like, 3-bedroom house, like, well, you can't be there. He just can't be there, like. Because if he did, y'all going back to the shelter,
which is crazy.
So I'm like, you know, I think it's crazy that happens. I think to answer my own question about that is like, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think a woman can teach a man how to be a man, but like you said, they can give you guidance,
correct,
and how to live life the right way.
I agree.
But it's a lot of femininity that's in that it's like they can't instill that masculinity in you. Like, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Like, they could teach you how, like, you think about, like, some guys that nag a lot. Granted, we just talked about venting and complaining, but it's a certain you know the woman nag, like, and it's like they do that, and it's like they can't help it because that's what they were taught. Or the guy that expects their girl to do everything for them because their mom did that. You feel me? Like, their mom did wash their clothes, wash their dishes, or they do something wrong. Their mom is like, it's okay, like, because they're nurturers, right? And a lot of times a mom will kick the daughter out before they kick the son out.
Big facts.
Yeah, so it's like oh yeah, like they tell, like, the girl, like, you can figure it out. But I need to baby my son. You feel me? Like, I need to baby my boy. Like, good. Yeah, he gotta still the titty. You feel me? Like,
chill, my boy.
But yeah, like, I think that and I think that those are bad. I would rather you kick the son out and keep the daughter there so she can. You feel me? So
she can learn how to be
because he can figure that out. Like with lions, like the male kicked us. Once you get to a certain age, you're done. We're not feeding you no more. You gotta go find your own family at this point.
Something else before you kick me out.
You gotta go and make it right. Like, And then I think, you know, but I mean, I would hate it if my mom kicked me out, but because I think that would definitely build resentment. but yeah, like I think that is I think that they can't, like they not that they can't, but I think it's physically impossible for them to. It's physically impossible. Like, so that's why when you said if my dad was there, I think I would be a different person. I think that not too different, but I'll be like, yeah, different. I would know more. I'll be further along with my, like I'm in the process of learning to be a man.
Okay.
Like I'm in the process as actually like, yo, like I'm tired of having excuses because I didn't have my father. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of making the excuses that I didn't have nobody that helped me out and do this or do that. Like, there's so many different avenues, so many different ways to learn things. Like, you can read books. You know what I mean? Like, reading books, I feel like is a lost art now. Like,
it is, for sure.
But reading books, you go on YouTube and type in how to be a man. A bunch of stuff will come up. Like, people, bunch of motivational things, and like, you know, for me, like, write things down. Like, how do you feel? Like, what are the things that you want to accomplish towards learning what it is to be a man? So, yeah, like, it's like, yo, it's time to put away those childish excuses of the helplessness. You feel me? Like, help yourself. True. That's what I feel like it's a part of being a man. Figure it out.
Yeah. You kind of got to go through those struggles in order to find yourself and find out what type of man you are.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So,
that's a fact.
With that being said,
what's up?
When do you think you felt like, okay, you made that transition from a boy to a man?
I think the second time I left my mom's crib.
Okay.
So I left my mom's crib when I was probably like 25 or something like that, 26, I think. Yeah, something like that. And I feel like, you know what? I had this job. So I'm lying. It's the first time I left my mom's crib. Okay. I had this job called Power Home Remodeling. I was about to go in on it, but I didn't do that. Chill. But and this is where I found this quote. So I'm walking around. Basically, it's a door-to-door job.
Oh, nah, this is a knock on doors.
Yeah, it's a door-to-door job. You knock on the doors. You tell people, hey, like, I'm in the neighborhood, and we did some work down the block on this so-and-so's house, and, you know, I noticed that you had some windows, and, you know, it's a whole spiel. You have to learn this whole script and all this crazy stuff. And it's brick outside. It's the middle of winter, you know, it gets dark fast.
Oh, I did it before.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So I'm outside, I'm freezing. My hands are hurting. I can't knock on the door, these hard doors. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is BS. Like, I'm quitting this job. And the next day, I was like, you know, I got to go back because I gotta make ends meet. You feel me? So I go back to the job, and they have this little training. And they're telling us, like, when you're out there, I guess a little motivation. When you're out there, picture it as, like, when you feel discouraged or whatever, picture your child watching you.
Wow.
And what type of person would you be, or what type of example are you setting?
They emotionally got to y'all.
Yo, what type of example are you setting when you are discouraged? Like, what are you exhibiting? What are you showing your child that's watching you?
Damn.
And I'm like, yo.
I'm not gonna hold you. They juice y'all. Like, crazy.
Yo, big fat.
Like, when I say juice y'all, like, y'all was an orange. And y'all just made
not
juice,
the orange,
bro. Y'all just made the orange juice, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was sitting there, I'm like, damn, because I do be, like, moping. I don't be want to knock on the doors. Like, you feel me? You got to be right there. And then there was this quote. Damn, I'm mad because it was on my phone. It was a quote, and it had Goku and it had Gohan. And, like, young Gohan. And it was basically saying, like, when you feel like quitting, I'm paraphrasing, when you feel like giving up or quitting, just remember what you started for. And it's like, oh no, remember who's watching you. And it's Gohan watching Goku. So it's like, damn. So now I got the double, you feel me? Like, the double motivation. I'm juiced, you feel me? So it's like, I ultimately quit that job because I was just like, hell no. Like, I'm knocking on these white people's doors.
I don't got no kids. So
right, that don't apply to me. Like, not here. Yeah, like I was knocking on these white people doors. And it's like dark outside. Granted, it's still kind of early, like 4 or 5 o'clock, but it's dark.
Yeah.
And
they get dark early.
Yeah, they cursing me out. Like I'm not doing this. Like I'm just gonna walk around until it's time to go. So yeah, like, but I also held on to that because it was a key. It was a gem right there. Like even though they were juicing us to try to get sales.
Yeah.
It was real. Like it was real.
Yeah.
So I combined those two, and I also had something when I worked at Enterprise, and it was like the first real, like out of college, the first realest like phrase or quote that I've heard was, "Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, what does that mean?" You feel me? Like, so I think that all of those things combined, and I had a really rough time leaving my mom's house because of those things I said. Like my mom's a nurturer; she's really nurturing, so she oh, you fall down. Oh, it's okay. Let me clean your cut for you. Instead of like let me lick my own wounds. Not that she babied me. You feel me? Because she definitely gave me room to like do my thing. But my mom is just that way. Like if she hear me cough too loud, she gonna run it. Are you okay? Like you feel me? Like she just cared too much. Like she cares.
Yeah.
And so I realized that I didn't have that being on my own. Even though me and my shorty at the time, she was there, but it was like, this is mine. Like, you feel me? I gotta figure this out. And if I lose this, it's because I lost it, not because I gave it up. And it was just like, that was just my mindset.
Nice.
So yeah, like I think that at that moment, 25, 26-ish, I became like, I started to think outside of like myself, instead of like myself being a child, someone that's going to run and somebody going to come and rescue me, knock on that door and rescue me from my problems. It was like, nah, I got to make friends with my problems. I got to fix these things. And I think that was just, it would kind of like spark that light in me. Word.
Nice.
Word.
No, that's real. That's real.
Yeah. Those some tough times, but them growing pains, you get them lumps, but what they say, what don't kill you make you stronger.
Nah, it really
definitely
does.
made me stronger.
It really does. It builds character.
Word.
And once you build character, like you start to figure out who you are.
Facts.
And what you want to do, and that's when you start becoming your own person.
That's a fact. Ooh. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. You be having the transitional bars, like them shits is like,
bro, that's exactly what it
is. They like subtle, but they hit. They hit.
Cause it's real, bro.
Nah, I respect it. Yeah. And if y'all respect it, for real, like this video. We need y'all to like this video. Like it's imperative.
I need y'all to share this video.
Yo, this one right here? Nah, this is the one right here.
I think this is that grown man talk.
Nah, this is the one right here, for real.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think y'all should definitely share it.
Yeah, share this one, comment on this one, like this one. And if you haven't, it's your first time viewing. I know we get some good views, and I like the numbers out on the views.
Oh yeah.
We need y'all to subscribe. There's no way we should be having 100, 200 views, and we got and we got a couple subscribers. Like we need y'all to tap in for real. Like hold it down, because we want to reach more people, and we want to continue to give y'all good stuff, good content. So don't be selfish.
Yeah. And love is free.
It's
free, baby.
Free.
All you gotta do is show love.
All you gotta do is show love.
Oh, that's not a song.
That's not a song?
Nah, it's
the remix.
Oh,
what's love?
Yo, you gotta stop, bro. You see,
yo, that's not the remix.
Nah,
you never heard that word.
Nah, I never heard that.
I tried to put you on just now.
Okay, but I'm gonna need y'all to definitely subscribe, like, and share.
Yes,
please.
It's important.
Like, this love is free. This content, this is free. We giving this to y'all. We telling y'all the stories. We giving y'all gems, whatever you want to call it. All you gotta do is share it.
That's it.
Like it. Subscribe.
More.
That's all.
Word. This is episode 5.
Cinco?
Yes, and I'm proud of this one, man. I like this one.
You like this one?
I think this is my favorite right here.
So far?
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite right here. I like this one.
Yo, there's something I might not know, but Marcus over here, he be messing up some of the videos. Some of the ones that should have been super fire. This your man right here.
Nah.
I gotta put it out there. I got to.
I'm gonna take that.
You got it. Of course.
I'm gonna take that.
Your man, right?
Oh! I'm a man. I'm grown. That's a fact. But yeah, yo, I appreciate y'all, man. It's a blessing, yo.
Big facts.
Y'all be here. Y'all be watching. Y'all be like checking us out.
The comments be funny as hell.
Yeah, I do. Y'all be fake roasting me. I feel like because you say something about me or whatever the case is, but it's whatever though.
Cause it's facts.
Can't be being bold.
Can't be bold. I'll beat this nigga up in real life.